Hey, welcome to Chart Monkeys, guys. Merry freaking Christmas! Happy Christmas. What's the appropriate? What's the way to? This is foreign to us a little bit.
I believe the proper Yuletide greeting is Merry Christmas.
It's that simple.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
And to those of you who may be part of the tribe, may it have been a glorious Chanukah for you.
Was your Hanukkah good? We do Hanukkah, so like it was, and we do Christmas too. Yeah, we do it all. We do it all. We partake in everything.
Do you know something? I feel like Christmas is kind of taken over as more of like the prevalent holiday here. Yeah, we did a little Hanukkah, but it does. I don't know, dude. I think Jews just have holidays wrong.
You got a lot of them.
It's just like it's too much. It's too long. Like I like the idea of Christmas, like decorations up for 30 days, but it's like one night or one day. The Hanukkah stuff just goes on forever, and it's a fire hazard. We already burned one house down.
Fuck. Do people know that story?
I don't think I've ever told that story. No.
Brutal ass story.
Beautiful Christmas story. Gather around, Joe.
Want to keep that for Bullish Bearish?
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck, man. Also, the Jewish holidays, the food sucks. It just does. The Jewish food. There's great Jewish food, by the way, but like the Jewish holiday food, garbage.
Have you ever? Do you know Sebastian is a Maniscalco?
No.
The comedian. I'm going to send you a link later. His wife's Jewish. He's Italian. He does one of the funniest little skits on Jewish holidays. I'm not going to ruin it, but it's because we've lived it. It's spot on.
Yeah, so, dude, send it. I need it.
Passover Seder. I'm just going to send it. When you watch it, you'll be
please.
Like, oh, gosh, this is gold.
Yeah, please. Guys, well, first off, great to be with you guys again. This is the weekly CyberKong's official show. We're live right now on YouTube. We're live on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/chartmonkeys. Also on X, I think, but go to Twitch. This is where we're chatting, where the gang is hanging out. Excited for today to talk, of course, some market. We always got to get our feels out there for what's happening, where we might be going. And it's feeling dark and cold out there. It's definitely got a kind of vibe out there right now, and it ain't great. That said, I'm feeling a kind of way about the market because of how people are talking. But what I'm really looking forward to today is just recapping the year, talking about our favorite things that happened. What maybe not necessarily the top things that happened, and they will be that, but maybe our favorite moments, what we think the top moments were, in our little communities, our worlds. It's going to be a fun one here, man. Henry, man, how are you feeling just in general about, I don't know, market? Less about market, more about like sentiment out there?
I feel, is it weird to say, like, I feel good? NFTs, like, right now are cooked. Pudgies are under 4 ETH, right? Or they were.
Dude, I haven't even looked at these in like probably at least a week. I haven't looked at floor price.
Yeah. Today they went sub 4. I don't know if they're back above 4 now, but maybe just kind of getting used to this new version of us.
Wow.
I've just kind of like I've settled in a bit. I've settled in, and I feel fine. Like I know that we're not in a great place right now, but like I don't feel like it's over. And I'm okay getting used to this. Like, do I love it? No. But am I content with it? Yeah, I'm content with it.
I like it. I like the optimism because, like, so we chatted about this briefly. Maybe we've done this a lot lately. Like, it's weird hearing talk about the market out there outside of crypto, like stock market. You see metals like gold, silver, copper, platinum, everything hitting all-time highs, right? And we're not seeing that in crypto. And we've got GDP up, in fact, kind of a monster number, at least like much higher than expectations for Q3. And so you hear this talk out of the administration, especially that the economy is looking phenomenal. But we've never looked so good and so strong, and portfolios all-time highs and whatever. And this is what I'd said. I'm like, are we feeling that? And like, is anybody we know, like, who is feeling this? Who actually thinks it feels good out there? And I'm like, I still don't quite get if there's just a disconnect or if this is like they know it's not great for most people and this is just they got to save face. You know what I mean? I don't have a feel for that at all, and it feels weird not having any kind of sense of like what's actually real out there. I don't know.
I kind of work with the public a bit. I'm not saying, yeah, I work with the public. So like I get a good temperature check of like, I would say in particular, the middle class. That's most of my customer base is the middle class. Yeah, I think they're just saying what they think they need to say, stick to the script. So everybody thinks exactly what you said. Like, oh, am I the only retard that isn't portfolio grow? So I think this is what they do. Both sides do it. But no, it does, dude. Like I was at the grocery store last week and I could not believe the cost of shit. Um, I went yesterday to get something for Nikki, and there was like at the checkout counter, there's a little plastic bracelet. It said "Believe" like for the Bills, but just like red, blue, and white plastic beads with a little football, like something you'd think is $10. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna get 4 of them. You know, one for each girl, one for Nikki. It was like $170. I was like, whoa,
Wow.
what is this? How much are these? $40 a piece?
Wow.
$40 for fucking plastic beaded bracelet. So yeah, long story short, like I don't think it feels great out there for most people. Wages aren't rising, cost of goods are going up. I've seen gas drop a little bit, but yeah, all in all, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
You know something? I've gotten used to that too because I don't like what Trump is doing, but it felt like this with Biden too. So I just feel like this is just like 2 years, 3 years of just kind of like, eh.
Yeah. It's a good point. This isn't different and it's not worse. I don't think it's worse in ways, better in other ways for sure. But I guess for me, the big disconnect was again, the talk of it. Like we are on fire right now. Again, I don't feel it. In fact, I'm more worried than ever, but I have like that big old hopium thing of like, they're talking about this big economic boom that's coming. And a lot of us believe in this big, like, industrial type revolution that's coming around AI. And I still am holding on to that and hoping it's true and hoping it looks like something special for us. And we'll see. But like here in crypto, for me, it is especially weird and also kind of awesome. Dude, my group chats are talking about it's over. And we didn't get this in the bear market. I swear in our group chats in the bear market, it was definitely quiet, but I didn't have people in like consensus saying it's done. Crypto is never coming back. The golden age is behind us. Like Bitcoin's a whole separate story. Everybody's still bullish on Bitcoin, but everybody's like altcoins done, memes done, NFTs done. They're never coming back. The opportunity's passed. And that's not like a one-off conversation. That's everywhere and it's all over the timeline. But again, it's every little friend group is talking like that. And so I see stuff like this too, like crypto's not cool anymore. Kids aren't interested in the tech, and that I believe too. But it's like, I haven't seen sentiment like this since like not last cycle in that bear, the cycle before. So I'm trying to think, was that 2017, 18? Like I remember that time when crypto crashed and I was there and I'm like, fuck, it's over. I'm like, it's actually over. Like crypto's not going to make it. I missed it. That's what I thought, right? I didn't get that chance to make it. I missed it. And it's never coming back. I didn't feel like that last cycle at all. And I know nobody else did. And we're there now. And I'm excited for it. Because like I always say, you don't get the extreme euphoria without the it's over thing. And I don't think we got euphoria, by the way. We did, but we didn't get like extreme euphoria like we did last cycle. I don't think we did.
It would be my luck to have the conviction that you need right now when it is over. That would be my luck. Because I remember, selling art blocks under mint price in 21. But that would be my luck. Like, no, I've seen this play out before. I'm holding. I agree. Bitcoin is a completely different story. I think NFTs are a bit cooked right now, but by cooked, I just mean, I think we've talked about this a lot. The idea of, projects being worth, multiples of 10,000s on the hopes that they're going to make money for you versus like, no, you're going to use that to make money for yourself. I think that's where you need to recalibrate. And honestly, I guess the reason why, like, I still feel okay is that has kind of been the sentiment in Kongs for a while. Work for your bags. I'm not saying right now is an easy time to work for your bags. The wins are fewer and further between. But like, if it's just sit back and wait for your PFP price to go up, then you've not been paying attention for the last, solid 12 to 18 months. So we just gotta recalibrate. Like, what is this? And when there are areas that you can work for your bags and make some money, that's your job. If you're in this the way that we're in it, that's your job. Be around, be in touch with what's going on, and more importantly, be ready, because like we all know it doesn't take much to light it back up. Now, I do think this little like blip in the radar, this might take a little bit more to just kind of like bounce out of. I don't think you get one hyped mint. We had flogs, right? I don't think you get one hyped mint and that just rekindles the whole thing. I think it's going to take a little bit more than that, but I don't feel all that bad right now. And maybe it's just because like I knew this was coming. I didn't feel like Kongs were like isolated, like, oh, it's just us where the floor price is going down.
Right.
Because I'm like, man, we've done so much stuff and it doesn't work. So like to see that other people are doing stuff that doesn't work as far as floor price goes, makes me feel like, okay, like at least the playing field evens a little bit, and we stick around for when the next opportunity comes.
There we go. I love that. You have to. I'm not a touch grass person. I'm a stay plugged in, stay on top of it, because that opportunity, like, okay, while I don't think it turns around lightning quick, I think we've got more like fundamental issues right now. But like that said, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much to turn it around, and all of a sudden it's not like light at the end of the tunnel when it comes real quick. It really does change that fast. And things go, I saw a tweet earlier where, well, what I was referencing, the tech isn't cool anymore. Kids, young people are saying crypto's not cool until it is. And it happens very fast. By the way, I love OSF and I love his takes, and he's one of the most reasonable guys out there. And I love when he just says, again, people were saying this. He's saying last cycle. I really didn't feel it last cycle, but it happened. It definitely happened. But I'm always on board with him and his takes, and I'm with him. I would be right here where we're at now, doing exactly what we're doing and being here, ready for it. And by the way, MX, cool shit. I love Genkais. I love Genkais. I think it's like you've got a few collections. We have a few collections under the CyberKongz banner. Genkai are special to me. I fucking love them. I love the art. I love the size of it. I love that they're in a different location too. I love Genkais, so I love that.
You got those Genkai. We released 3D avatars for them last week, so you can use them for VTubing. Like they're fully rigged, cool shit. You can use them in Unity. So I like Genkai. Like I've said it before, it's Mio's favorite collection. Like he loves them. So
I get why it feels like his most personal one in a way, which is funny. Like if I could compare it to like a band. Okay, I'll compare it to like Pearl Jam, where like Vitalogy or something like that felt the most like real to them, and it was probably more personal than like 10 or Versus was. That was them trying to make it incorporate and be splashy and get attention and stuff like that. And then when they had to pull back and just like, what do we want to do? Then Vitalogy was born, and no code and stuff like that. And to me, that's what like Genkai kind of feels like for Mio.
Yeah. It's his favorite. It's cool. There's cool shit for it. So just go to the Kong's website, connect your wallet. You can download your VRM file. Like I said, it's VTube ready. It's cool. It's like just a nice little addition for it. So
hell yeah. Oh, I love it, dude.
Also, I just wanted to say, like, the idea that kids don't like crypto, like I don't want to say I talk to a lot of kids, but like
careful.
No, but like the ones that I like engage with that know I'm in crypto talk to me about crypto all the time, and have bags. They may not be like crazy deep in it, but I don't get this sentiment that like it's not cool. So I'm just kind of curious, like, who are they talking to that's saying it's not cool?
Yeah.
They may feel priced out.
Well, there's a pushback on tech. There's a generation that's like, fuck AI and fuck VR and fuck all this stuff, which I actually like and respect. I love that there is like, it's not just like a little weirdo corner. There's some people that are like rejecting the technology and like, I'd rather just do real shit. And I didn't think that was going to happen, but to a degree it is. And I dig it. Crypto isn't trying to be cool. Crypto is crypto. I love that. And then honestly, price makes everything cool. And yeah. I just have no doubt the market comes back, and all of a sudden the things that are not cool are real fucking cool again. And all of a sudden you can't afford them. And that's just how it goes.
Also, listening to Nate Gerasi.
Yeah.
Listening to him and talking about tokenizing stocks and RWAs, which is all stuff that we know about. But when you really sit back and think about the idea that, the stock market is going to be basically 24/7 backed by crypto. We bring more people into the space, And I think when we bring more people in, it just takes some of those people converting to some of the more degenerate stuff for us to be able to still have fun in the things that we're doing. So
Right on.
I still think we got a lot coming in 26 that has the potential to help push us a little bit.
Yep. I like that. By the way, it was awesome having you on the show last week. That crazy ass show we had last week, marathon show with Nate Tracy was there, and Yatsu was there, and Yahoo Finance, and fucking Henry was there. It was perfect way to cap off in that show. So I had a blast.
I told you before, you need to do that minimum once a month. You're just made for it, to stream for 12 hours and keep a cadence going. I listened to you for 5+ hours of it, and you did. Yeah, you did an amazing job.
Appreciate you, dude. That's the goal, I think, is to do it monthly. Just whoever's hot that month, get them on, do a big old long marathon show. Maybe 5 hours, maybe not 12, but whatever. Big long show. Anyway, we have a fuck ton to get to. Quickly looking at the market. Look, I'm expecting this to play out like the weekends. We know how holidays go. Low volume. People are stepped away. Other than those hardcore degen, traders. The traders are here still doing their thing, but otherwise I expect today to feel like a Sunday. Same with tomorrow, right? Same with the rest of the week. Bitcoin at 87.3, ETH at 2,900, BNB 844, Ripple 186, and Solana 122. It just meh. It is what it is. So we'll keep our eyes on the market. I have no expectations. Santa Rally still in play. It's still in play. The Santa Rally is the last 5 days of December, the first 2 days of January. It's still in play. Let's see if we have a little uptick heading into the new year, nice and fresh. And we'll see. Actually, OSF had a good tweet about that too. It's a lot of these traders and institutions have year goals, incentives, and they want to hit those incentives, get their bonuses, whatever, and then fresh start come the new year, new investment plans, whatever. I like it. I'm ready. Let's get into the weeds now. Let's have some fucking fun here, which is, guys, and I want your help. Anybody who's watching, I want your help. I want to make it very interactive, but getting into the top things that happened this year, and we'll play this video kind of running through Bitcoin price action this year just to catch us up on what happened, because a lot happened. But we're going to start talking about big events, and maybe we rank them by the end, or at least our top 5-ish or so coolest things that happened, maybe most impactful things that happened. But let's kick it off with this clip, this video. Maybe we get through the whole thing, maybe not. I'm going to play it. Tell me in the chat if there's no audio. Sometimes it gets a little fucked up, but let's let it rip.
United States will be the crypto capital of the planet. Capital of the planet. Yeah, I came in with a song. Bitch,
Audio good? We're good?
Big Sharks has no chance of standing. The European Union is very
I don't think I'm gonna let it rip for the next minute and a half still, but just to see how much fucking happens that you just forget.
Yeah, Venezuela coin, totally forgot about that.
Oh my god, I forgot to. I forgot there were countries.
Yeah.
Right around the Libra thing happening, we had countries that were launching coins. Right after Trump, it was floodgates open, everybody, crime season. Do whatever you want, all fair game. And then tariffs are what I think crushed us. But how do you not start this off with what I think was the probably the biggest thing to happen, which is the Trump coin. Hang on, let's get that up here. The Trump meme coin. Hard to argue that's not the biggest thing to happen. We'll get there by the end. But by the way, let's just start it there at least. Trump meme coin announced, this was January, right after the inauguration, I believe. After the inauguration, hosted a crypto ball, and at the crypto ball, while he's there,
it was the Friday before. It was Friday night before he got inaugurated. That Monday, it was the Friday before.
That's crazy. Okay, right. So the setup was crypto balls happening right before the inauguration. Crypto, the thought leaders, the industry titans, all there in DC, partying with Trump, celebrating. And during the event, they didn't even hear about it. Meme coin comes out. And if you were here plugged in, which is why you never fucking unplug, guys, you never unplug. I was sitting at my computer when it came out. Henry, where were you?
I was, I think, driving home from work. So I was plugged in enough to get in sub 1 billion. So, you know, I didn't get in at like 5 mil like some people, but like I got in early enough. I did good on track.
That's wicked early. Yeah, because it ran quickly to a few bill and then it got ridiculous. It topped out at, did it get to 70?
70. Yeah,
like 70.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think
it
70.
was a top three meme coin, but I believe it was like a top 10 crypto, even for a short period of time, like whether it was days or a week or two or something like that. But yeah, that was wild. Okay, so if you were here and you got that announcement early, first hour, first 2 or 3 hours, you made money. And it was one of the biggest wins you might have seen even this cycle. And of course, we'll get to more, more plays, more ways, Hyperliquid, tons of stuff. But like, this was a big money-making event. At the same time, you watched all your other bags bleeding out, everything. The rest of crypto nuked as everybody's trying to get liquidity to just throw it all into the Trump meme coin. What a fucking moment that was. That kind of changed everything. Is that, I think, safe to say changed everything. Again, from there, it's now safe that if Trump can launch a meme coin, anybody else can too. Until that, people were kind of like, I can't because I don't know if it's legal. When Trump puts out a meme coin, okay, anybody can do it. And it's exactly what they did.
That was the moment where I was like, we had just announced the Wells notice 4 weeks before from the SEC. And when he launched this, like, it wasn't just about the win of the token. It was like, oh, we're good. We're good. We have to be good, right? This guy just launched a shitcoin. If that's good, then what we did is good. So, but he fucked it up, right? In less than 48 hours.
So, yes. And I still don't know if we have like total clarity on what happened, but are you talking the Melania coin coming so close? Yeah. So did we ever hear that it's the same teams, that it was like same people, same whatever? Like there was definitely some crossover, but it's like part of me still wonders like how much the team that launched Trump knew that the Melania one was coming, or if it was like a last minute, like Barron's off doing a thing, or Hayden Davis, I think, had his fingers all over.
I think he did. Yeah, I think Hayden did.
So yeah, that it's like what broke us, the Trump coin or what followed it, and was it planned? Did they plan to launch the Trump coin and then followed up with Melania and then followed up with whatever? I still don't know. But gotta say that was a moment all itself. The Trump coin was electric. That to me was the euphoria of the cycle. That little era right there, that little time. And you can definitely argue it was the top, even though top of Bitcoin, no. We hit that just this past October, but top of this market, top of euphoria, I can't think of anything that matched that.
No, that was like that was just a whole moment, new president getting inaugurated 2 days later, and he launches a shitter. Like it was, I think, kind of hard to top that. And like when I had friends that were getting in on the retail side of it, it was just this. It was a wild moment, man.
Crazy. So just even see out of the gates, 5-6 bill. Now this is showing market cap. I want to see FDV, and I'm not going to stay on this to find out. But again, got to like a 70 bill FDV and just insanity. Just insanity, dude.
Yeah.
Crazy time.
What's it at now? Is it like 490?
Let's see here. Let me zoom out and get that FDV here. That's crazy. 4.8 bill FDV.
What's the market cap?
Market cap is under a bill.
Yeah, is it like 490 or so?
977.
977 million?
977 mil. Yeah.
That's still pretty fucking good.
It's for a meme coin these days, yes, but for a coin that, for how it came out of the gates.
Yeah.
Pretty wild. Pretty fucking wild. Again, then Melania comes, and quickly, I think that was like the writing on the wall. While we still thought we had a lot of life to the cycle, and we still did, and I think we still might, that was when we realized something had changed. And I think a lot of traders caught on too late to the change because people fought this. They're like, Trump, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're breaking it. You can't do another coin. And people didn't realize, no, this is the sign that everybody can launch a coin and everybody will launch a coin, and coins are now an infinite thing, and they always were. But this is the moment where it taught people that lesson, that you got to value these differently than you used to, because they're never going to stop coming from the same people.
Yeah.
So Melania, I don't remember how high it got. I want to say like 30s.
I think like 20, 30, something like that. Which is still unbelievable, but it was like a massive liquidity suck into Trump, and then a massive liquidity suck out of Trump into Melania, and then and then from there everything just kind of nuked.
Yeah, it started kind of falling apart there, and again, there were still so many plays and memes, but it changed the landscape of crypto in a way at that moment, because now it wasn't just memes. It was it ultimately birthed ICM. It birthed anybody launching a coin for anything. So then projects, businesses felt the okay, and we were talking before, countries, it was okay to now launch a token because Trump did, and so we got exactly that. But again, infinite opportunities because of that, which was pretty damn cool. Wrapped up in all that then was the Libra token, and I don't know if I consider each of these like an individual thing that happened, or if it's all part of the same. I probably would put Trump as its own thing. And then I probably lump Melania in with Libra, because I think we know for sure Hayden was involved with those. I think we know for sure that these were, his doing. But what do you remember about the Libra coin when it came out, and like what that did to the space?
It's funny because I remember it, but I don't remember exactly what it did. I don't want to say it was a pump and dump. It just felt like Libra was another quick runner.
Yeah. Gosh. Yeah. I'm trying to remember also, like,
we're going back to February. Shoot, I can't remember all that.
Isn't that wild? But I'm trying to remember how high it got. But what happened with this one was dirtier than the rest. It felt dirtier than the rest. Well, Trump had
all the guys, right?
Yes,
everybody was tight. Yeah.
Trump had like a team and a game plan, and had some tokenomics that were worked out to it, right? Well, Libra, on the other hand, definitely felt like it was like a scandal. And it's the Hayden Davis story. It was how he was entangled with Meteora and Jupiter, and I still don't believe we really saw the fallout from that. I don't. I don't think we saw heads roll, but it did feel like a coordinated thing between Hayden Davis. God, I wish I had that video too. I should have grabbed that. But again, people from the Meteor and Jupiter platform coordinating this thing, when they're going to sell, how much they're going to sell, and we had DMs that were leaking, or private chats that were leaking, where again it was coordinated, and the plan was max extraction.
Yeah.
And that's the words that we got in these group chats that were leaked.
Was this the one that Thread Guy and Frank and all them were kind of tied up in?
That said they weren't, but also like on stream we had like GG and Jakey, and yes. And I still think Thread Guy I think is separate. I think he's different. I don't think he's like a dirty dude. And I think he's had some wins from like just being close to people who are insiders, right? And he's an insider, but different than a Hayden Davis who like crimed the thing, the thing. And we had, what country was involved with this too? I'm trying to remember.
I thought Argentina, it was South America. Somewhere in South America.
Scandals like an understatement. And then nothing happened. There were investigations into this coin. All of them were shut down, and nothing happened. No fallout. Nobody fired from platforms that I heard of. It just like kind of got swept under the rug. And then Hayden Davis, who was the villain of the space at the level of, I'm trying to think, like a Ben.eth, worse than that, worse than a Ben.eth, worse than Sahil, right? I think he beats all of them. Somehow still stayed around this entire cycle and still scammed throughout, still sold Melania tokens, still sold Libra tokens, still launched more coins. And broke the space.
We're doing it wrong, man. We're doing it wrong. No penalties to pay anymore.
Yeah, crime legal or whatever. And it was true, until it's not. And I don't know that we've seen everything play out. I'm not sure that we have. We have proposals to set up these divisions in the government for, focused on crypto scams. That's still stuff that's happening. There was a proposal just last week for that, to set up this task force, crypto scam task force. We may hear about this stuff again at some point, just like we're hearing lawsuits, against Pump Fund and things like that. I don't know if this stuff is over. Maybe though.
Like this stuff, I don't know what the statute of limitations is on this, but like with a new administration, anything can happen. Do you know what I mean? I mean, we're 3 years out from that, but I wouldn't. It's funny to joke about crime is legal, but the reality is, like it's still not worth being a douche out there.
Definitely not. And well, for these guys, it had to have been. They made millions and millions. I mean, we're talking tens of millions, I assume. And
but they gotta be thinking, like, even if you did, right, you gotta be thinking, like, when's the day of reckoning? Like,
yeah.
always kind of looking over your shoulder. I don't know. I wouldn't want that.
Imagine that hanging over you.
It just like when you did something like dirty, especially versus like no, like it was fine. It was early. When you did something dirty and there's fuckery going on, yeah. Because like no matter what, if they come after you, you got to fight it.
Yeah.
Like you're taking part in it at that point. So it's not like, oh, cool, everything's great. You then need to go defend yourself, and that part is not fun.
Yeah, man. What a time. Now, all of that, by the way, was in the first, 2 months of the year? Maybe. I'm looking at an article. That was that. Okay. February. The Hayden Davis Lieber stuff was February 17th and 15th in that ballpark. That was all within 6 or 7 weeks into the year. Like crazy.
Why? Yeah. And there were other massive runners then. I think Vine was beginning of the year. I remember some Kongs made like generational wealth on Trump, on Vine. There was still some cool shit happening that first quarter.
All right, question for the chat, and this is kind of random, but gosh, should have put out a poll. Did you make money this year? Did you guys make money? Because I see polls out there, and a majority of people are saying they didn't, or they're even. Their portfolio is not up, but that's probably more what the polls are. Is your portfolio up? But did you guys make money this year? I'm curious about that.
I got drained back in August, so I would say like no, definitely not.
Yeah, that's different though. Let's say if
I would
have.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have, but didn't.
Yeah. Man, rough year. For a lot of reasons. Yeah,
good goods and bads. I mean, it's all part of the learning process. So like, I feel like the experience you get being around now, even if it hurts a little bit, is still good experience. It just sharpens your edge for whatever's next. But yeah,
yep.
I'm curious if people were out there making money.
Yeah. What? Okay, I've got a next one. I'm curious. What do you have as big moment? One of the top moments of the year.
I'm just thinking chronologically because that was middle of February. For me, the next big thing was end of March when we got our SEC case dropped.
Oh shit!
So like that was like beginning of the year. First quarter felt really promising because that was a yeah, dude. I mean, that was relief. That was 27 months of just like shit that was finally done. So
the shackles off.
Yeah, was it the type of win? It was a win for us as a team, and it was a win personally. But I think it also exposed a lot of like, what does this space actually care about? By the way, it's not like I expected like everyone was going to be like, oh my gosh, the CyberKongs fought the SEC. They got their case dropped. I want to support them. It's not that I thought everybody would be like that, but I definitely thought some people would. I thought some people would be like, I like these guys. They've been here. They've been building. They've been doing this. They went up against the SEC. And when I saw that wasn't really anything, it wasn't anything. And quickly, like after we did, when we did all of our releases and there was virtually no support,
right?
I was like, oh, yeah. When I say the space is cooked, I just mean like, it's just PvP. Nobody cares. It's take care of your own house and that's it. So,
dude, well, there's these moments that are really revealing for the space.
Yeah.
Like we talk very PvE, rooting for each other. And we've known for a long time it really isn't, or it is when it's just words when it comes to anything more. And I'm not even saying expectation that everybody comes and buys the thing, but even an expectation that your support, you tweeting about it, you showing support, that it didn't happen really. Some people did, but it's like everybody's moved on the next day and it's like CyberKongs, that was yesterday.
Yeah.
But that's kind of why I was saying earlier today, if crypto's not cool right now, and if sentiment is bad, and if price sucks, and it does, it changes in an instant because that's just what everything is these days. So while people were on, GG CyberKongs and on your side for that moment, that tweet of investigation over, next day it didn't matter.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. Everybody moved on. But still, I think milestone moment, for CyberKongs, yes. For the space too, because it wasn't long after that we got like, OpenSea Wells. Actually, maybe that was even first. I don't remember, but OpenSea had the Wells notice, kind of ended as well, like investigation over. Same with Yuga Labs, same with trying to think who else was in there.
Oh, Gemini. I mean, there was all kinds of anybody that we knew about basically had their cases dropped. So I mean that was a win. It's funny though, because like I remember Thread Guy having us on his show when we announced the Wells notice, but didn't have us on when we were, let go per se. And I think that's just like any good car accident. Like everybody wants to stare at the car accident. We thrive on negativity to a certain degree. Yeah, but it's all good. I don't even care, like not even a little bit. I'm happy we're past that. That was the next big moment for me. And I feel like everything after that, aside from like Bitcoin all-time highs, everything after that felt kind of just like, blah,
I wonder, well, I mean, we'll hit some of these other major things, but I wonder why. But also, I mean, at that point, it might feel like that because the top kind of already happened, like major milestone wise. Then it's not to say crazy stuff didn't still come. And we had a lot of crazy stuff. I mean, we have InfoFi destroying X, right? And this is part of, I think InfoFi was kind of a last year thing too, but it's really this year where I felt Cato and Cookie.fun and even something like Arbus, the InfoFi platforms really like started dominating how we talk about stuff, and they started changing that you even wanted to hang out on crypto Twitter. I think that's such a big story that it watered down the conversation. It made these like just low IQ takes became normal. You always felt like you were being farmed, and it made you not want to be here hanging with the community on X. It's hard to even say what that did at the same time while X going through all these changes and algo changes and like, but I'll certainly remember 25 for the year that like crypto Twitter died.
It did. Algorithm aside, it was, we joked about it, and I know the word of the year was slop, but I think it's a great word because like, that's what it became. That's what it kind of still is. It's like we had this cool spot. And like, I think of like surfing, like, every surfer kind of has their home turf and they've got their area they go to, they got their break, right? And that's where like the locals go. And then if it starts catching on, more people show up, and it's not the same, right? More people are there. Now you're fighting a little bit harder. Then it becomes really popular. And all of a sudden you're like, man, this magic that we had, this thing that we loved, it's not the same anymore. I think 25 was the year, like, I'm sorry, SocialFi to me is just straight up retarded. It never, ever made sense to me. I get asked frequently, like, why aren't we doing this? Why aren't we doing that? We did SocialFi with a company called Shuttle Bay back in 23. Nobody even knows who Shuttle Bay is because they're not around anymore. That was like original SocialFi. And the thing is, it doesn't do anything. It's like, you're having to incentivize monetarily for people to say something about you. Nothing about it is organic. Zero. The minute you stop the campaign, nobody's talking about you anymore.
Yeah.
Everybody realized that. You couple the SocialFi garbage with AI, and it's like all of a sudden. Yesterday I put out a tweet from Kongs, like, Kongs follow Kongs. I've noticed this anyway, just like the AI responses. It is. I'm just like, I don't even know. It's not that I don't recognize the space anymore. It's just, it's so different now. You don't know if you're talking to real people. I wonder, like, is this a real response or is this an AI generated response? And I think SocialFi played a huge role in it.
Yeah.
Nothing about stuff feels real anymore. It just all feels. And part of me wonders, like, who the fuck is even looking at this, the SocialFi stuff, and thinking like, man, I want this thing that guy's talking about because he's talking about it.
Has the opposite effect, right?
I know who in my group are like the SocialFi people, and like I just ignore it. I completely ignore it, and I actually think a little bit less of them. I get why they're doing it. They're farming, but I always wonder, like, who actually is, who's looking at any of these advertisements going like, yeah, this is the thing. What was that first kind of big one to come out of SocialFi? Was it Laudio?
Ooh, that's good. Because didn't they do? God, that was a big one. I forgot about Laudio. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Okay,
Like
it was them.
one or two before that.
I got one on the tip of my tongue, and I'm trying to remember what it was. God, I feel like it was something around AI, and it was a huge campaign. Huge campaign. God, it's not gonna hit me. I wonder on Cato if they still show like historical stuff. I doubt it, but boy, and chat, if anybody remembers earlier this year, there was like one or two massive campaigns that really stood out.
Yeah,
and I just remember you'd go on and I'd go. I mean, for a while, we probably even looked here to see where we ranked on stuff just from even organic talking, like where did you rank on certain things? I can't remember the last time I've even been here, by the way.
Me either. I've not got. I remember checking my yaps, and now I'm like, don't even care.
Yeah, God, I can't remember for the life of me. There was one around. Remember the parallel game, the parallel card game. This is from last cycle.
Yeah,
it was like a Magic the Gathering thing, and they ended up releasing a game. They had one. Oh, Wayfinder, that's one of them.
Okay.
That might have been the one I'm thinking of, but I think there was even a bigger one. But I remember Wayfinder was one of those big ones, and that comes from that group, that team.
Wayfinder was Portal, right? Or Wormhole?
No? Maybe related to it.
Okay,
but like the Wayfinder I'm thinking of is from the Parallel team, and again, it was like a newer product of theirs, and I remember a massive campaign. Again, everybody talking about it, and kind of curious what it even looks like now. I bet not much. Even if it was solid, by the way. But InfoFi, no substance. I don't know that it was all bad, even if it had some bad, like side effects from it. Also, I don't think it would have happened if the AI agent meta didn't explode like it did last year. And it's not because agents themselves, but AI got better, where you could actually everybody started using it where people didn't use it a year ago. I don't believe anybody was going and throwing every, tweet in the ChatGPT and asking it for a reply, right? That didn't really happen last year, not on scale, not at scale like it is now. So AI really did fuel the InfoFi thing, and it's pretty awful. It's pretty awful, man.
Yeah.
Gotta say it. Didn't enjoy it. We had Perpdexes, one of the main, narratives of the year too. Hyperliquid, and then competitors like Aster and Lighter now. And there's another new one. I'm trying to remember the name. I think it's like from Kraken. They got an L2 called Ink, and I'm trying to remember the name of that one. But Perpdexes. Again, I didn't do anything there. I didn't trade on Hyperliquid, right? And we had the NFTs that came from it that were big and worth. I mean, we saw some of those selling for 70 grand plus. Monster narrative, dude. It's a ridiculous number. I didn't realize this much, and this goes back further too, right? But the bulk of the volume on Hyperliquid was this year. Total volume on Hyperliquid is I have to double check, do a double take here. 3.5 trillion.
Is when they reference that, is that the leveraged amount, or is that like the, I'm curious, is that, if I had $10 at 10x leverage, are they counting that as 100, or are they counting that as 10?
I think they're counting like the real dollars that transacted, bought, sold. You know what I mean? Like realized.
Doubt it.
3.5, and again, it's not billion, which I know would sound low for a Hyperliquid because we see tens of billions a day, but then again, it added up to 3.5 trillion in volume, and again, most of that this year. It's just a bonkers, and to know that this space is only going to grow, that we're going to get leverage trading on stocks over here, this opens up in a way that I just don't think people have felt how ridiculous this gets.
And it totally changed the manipulation game, right? And I think we've seen that, from 1010, on. We've just seen leverage shorts getting wiped out, back to leverage longs getting wiped out, and it's just this fuckery from here to here, then to here, and then we run it back and do it all over again. It's these Perpdexes, I feel like, kind of changed the game.
It's just wild. 30 billion a day, and $30 billion in volume on one platform in a day is absolutely insane. Now, Lighter beating Hyperliquid. Lighter's the spot. 38 bill in the past. What is this week here? But just ridiculous. Yeah.
Where does Aster rank on there?
3. So that's sitting here in the past week at 37 bill. So it's pretty close to the rest of them too. Yeah, it's we're talking monster numbers here.
Wow.
And again, only going to grow. And I don't know if that's good or bad. I do think we still don't know. I do think that had a lot to do with 1010 and stuff leading, around there. And since then, it's these weird price action. The market has gotten very strange, and 1010 is that next milestone of the year. And I'll probably make the case that I think 1010 was the biggest thing that happened this year. It's hard to, I was going to say hard to argue. You could definitely argue it, but 1010, peak of, I don't know, the leverage trading mania. We had just had Aster launch. And so a lot of people, okay, Aster did bring a lot of new people into leverage trading. It did. Even if it didn't do maybe the volume of these other platforms, new people finally said, fuck it, I need to try it because this is unavoidable. Like, you need to be trading here because it's where everybody's making this money. And it's, again, finally I'll get in. I was late coming into meme coins. I did the same with perp dexes. Aster is where I started. And I only made a couple trades, one coin, but I finally got in with Aster. And it wasn't long after that 1010 happened. We're talking within a couple of weeks. I'm trying to think of that time frame, but it was a matter of weeks.
Probably a few. Yeah, it was weeks. It wasn't months. That's for sure.
And it was like the reckoning. The thing that we were worried would happen, the big fear you would have is like everybody who's on leverage gets wiped out, literally happened. And it's the craziest thing we've seen in crypto, the biggest liquidation event in the history of crypto, $19 billion wiped out of the market in 24 hours.
Crazy, dude. That is crazy. We talked even, on the last couple shows, I feel like, about how it used to be if 50 million was wiped out, it would be like news. 50 million in crypto wiped out in a day. Then we started getting into the 9 figures, right? You start getting into like the 11 figure range. It's wild, man. It just doesn't even seem possible.
And we still don't know exactly what happened. I mean, okay. Not totally true. We know that there was a a coin that depegged on Binance. And there was like some big cascading effect, and market makers were forced to sell to cover some position. It's like the very, very watered down version of the story, but that's essentially what happened. What makes it extra weird though is there was a $100 million short put on the market then.
Yeah.
And it was like right then. And but this is really important too. And we probably won't have time to get into it. Tariffs were such a big part of the story this year too. Earlier in the year, in April, tariffs just crushed our potential for the year. But 1010 was tariffs announced against China. And the timing of that short that was put on there was lined up right there with the announcement of those tariffs against China. And that is what triggered 1010. But it felt like manipulation at the same time as bad news, at the same time as systemic failure on Binance. Perfect storm. Fucking awful.
And then you just realize this is who you're playing against. When you're on that side, it's one thing if you're degenning some meme coins and some, which actually can't even say it's one thing if you're degenning meme coins, because look at that class action against Pump.fun, right? And Solana Foundation of, I don't want to say insider trading, but giving preference to validators for insiders. So maybe it really is, it's still not even NFTs, because you've got all kinds of fuckery. You know what? Let's just say it like this. No matter what side of the casino you're on, the house wins most of the time.
Yeah.
Right? There's some areas where you can get better odds, like the crap stable, but we kind of know the house is going to win most of the time. So I think you just got to accept that.
Brutal. And so dude, we haven't recovered from 1010. Clearly it's why prices are where they're at now, because still the uncertainty, we don't know exactly, again, we know some of the causes, we don't know exactly, and we don't know that the thing that failed has been fixed, and we don't know if it was actually Binance involved in it too. And right, so there's all this uncertainty along with all these other things happening in the economy, but haven't recovered. I think it's you wouldn't be dumb if you thought the cycle's over, that the top was called on. By the way, also, I think a really interesting story, but 10.6 was called as the top of the cycle. This was an anonymous post on 4chan and nailed the prediction. But you wouldn't be crazy to believe that the top is already in. It was 126K Bitcoin, and 1010 crushed any chance we had of going higher. So
that's depressing.
I don't believe it, by the way. I think I think all-time high next year still.
I think we could. Yeah. And the thing is, because I'm not selling right now, it doesn't matter. I do want, I need those opportunities to have fun. I don't mean, free mints that run to $12. I mean, I want those wins that we're accustomed to kind of getting over the last 5 years. I just need a few of them to feel like, okay, cool. Like this is still a cool space where you can, if you're plugged in, get into opportunities early and do way better than you would playing scratch offs at your local gas station. Because it's
Easy
still
mode.
fun.
Like I tell people a lot, dude, because like I'll have, like I have a lot of like awesome people who come to my streams and smart people and friends but there's like this corner of crypto Twitter who is like, they just want to make sure that they were right about calling the market. You know what I mean? Like it's over and you're dumb if you think there's all-time highs coming. And I want to make sure, like, if you're kind of like me and you think there's some awesome shit coming next year, look, not everybody's like a trader. I'm not a trader. I try to make this clear. I'm not a trader. I'm here to just stay on top and hopefully ahead of things. So when it's easy mode, then I'm here to play it. That's where I play. That's where I'm trading. That's where I'm doing anything. It's not now. I'm not trying to time Bitcoin price to action today. I want to dive back in when easy mode is back. And that's all I'm looking for is, can that come back? What does it look like? And I think we get a form of it next year. That's my only take,
Can I do a quick monkey business just because while we're talking about, wins, etc.?
Hell yes, sir.
Highlight a few of these guys who are present and are still out there making money.
Hell yeah.
Okay, you're going to have to bring it up on the I can do the intro part, but
Yep. All right, let's go.
All right.
So great. All right, hang on, let me fix that up. I don't hear you. You're mute. Oh, hang on. I got you.
Muted. I got it. Monkey business. That's where we highlight some people in Kongs. We're always, sharing alpha in there, even if it is relatively slow. There's still some wins going on. This week, I picked a few guys further. He's been doing a lot on prediction markets. Actually, I think he's been doing a lot on predict base. I've been giving him NFL calls. Actually, I think over the last 5 weeks, I'm like 13-4 on NFL calls, which I don't see them right here, but GG's to further making some gains over there. Next one up, we got Ungod. He's been featured often because he's in the trenches, little Bitcoin short, up 80%. Again, great move by Ungod. And Melkor, he stays pretty plugged in. In fact, I saw him in this chat. Melkor, he's an astute trader. And I don't know what this token is, Villager, but hey, $1,500, like, can't complain about that, right? So the thing is, like, okay, are guys making 5 figures right this minute? Probably not without some serious capital behind them, but like, there's still moves to be made. There's still alpha to be shared. To your point, if you stay plugged in, there's still opportunities, and that this is all happening in the depths of a shitty bear. So if you need a place to sharpen your edge, to just be around people who are out there doing shit, come into Wall Street Kongs. It's a great community. 4.5 years in, and we're still in there chilling. We're still making moves. So join us.
I love it. You really should. Guys. Look, Discord's not been the same, this cycle as last. Everybody knows, but like, especially now, holidays and just market the way it is, all of the Discords I'm in are very slow, like really, really slow. Kong still isn't. Kong still alpha. Kong still, like, you have these guys winning. Kong's voice chats every single night. You're in there every single night. Like, it's still one of my favorite places to hang out. I hop in VC just to listen.
Yeah,
because there's great conversations always. You really should, like, if you're not in there already, you should get in, find a way. And tell people how do you, what's like the key to get into Wall Street Kongs?
So you need an evolution. That's a baby Kong that's been migrated. You need an evolution, which I think the floor is like around 0.13, give or take, for a baby evolution, or a Genesis Kong. You can buy a Wall Street Kongs pass for $150 a month. That is something like after the holidays, I'm going to talk to the team. I think we need to bring that price down. It doesn't make sense for it to be that high right now, considering that a baby Kong is like whatever, $500 or $450. So you can get a Wall Street Kongs pass, or or you can get a baby evolution or a Gen Kong. And honestly, like to what we said at the very beginning, if you're just looking to have a PFP and you hope the price goes up, that's not why you buy a Kong. Buy it because you like it, because you like the community, but more importantly, because you want another tool in your toolbox for when things are slow and when things are hopping, that you got a place where you're in touch. Like if it wasn't for Wall Street Kongs, I would have such a hard time keeping up with everything that's going on. Really, it's really hard out there if it's you and a couple buddies and you're scouring X or different Discords, great. But like you've got dozens of people in WSK that are in the space, all different sides of it, whether it's gold and silver, whether it's perps, if it's meme coins, if it's NFTs. And like really the trend lately has been like free mints or really cheap mints. That seems to be the flavor of the month. But like there's people in there, and if you're new and you want to be able to ask questions that you might think are stupid questions to ask because you're like, man, I don't know this stuff, and now I'm amongst people who do know this stuff, it's one of the most helpful group of Web3 participants, always there to be able to just literally walk you through step by step of exactly how to do something. So great place to be. I can't say enough about it. And it's a pretty affordable entry price right now.
The best, the fucking best. Okay. I think it'd be cool to pick like maybe our top 1 or 2 moments from the year, you know, with the examples we gave, and it can be something else entirely. We just covered some of the, you know, biggest things that happened for sure. But like for me, I have one of my top few moments that, you know, we didn't even talk about yet. And I would love in the chat to hear your guys' top moments too. What do you think was the most, you know, either impactful moment of the year, the biggest, you know, your biggest win? What was the moment you think you'll remember 2025 by? And I'm gonna throw a couple of them back on the board, just the ones we talked about, but again, it can be anything. Okay.
Yeah, what's yours?
You can go with Trump, you can go Melania, you can go Libra, all these things, Perpdex, all these things. I'm probably gonna go with 1010. I think I'm going to remember this year. It's, you know, it's a toss up between that and the Trump meme coin, but I think 1010, and we'll see. Look, if we have a nice recovery really soon, and it's just that affected us for a matter of a few months, then no biggie. I'll always remember it as a big deal. But if that was if that's what kicks off bear market and, you know, structurally different market to trade, the great liquidation event of 2025 is what I'll remember it by. And I'll say like my runner up, it's not going to be the Trump coin, right? It's going to be Ape Fest. I'm going to remember Ape Fest from this year. Not because it had a crazy impact and because the festival itself, it was fucking awesome. I you know, from what I've seen, but because it's what kind of killed NFTs for this cycle. It's what made people think, okay, doesn't matter how big of a thing you do, it doesn't matter for prices. Why am I spending $20,000-$30,000 on an NFT? And a lot of us knew that already, but Ape Fest is when the rest of the NFT community realized it. That was the moment that NFTs began their free fall. So for me, Ape Fest is right there. How about you?
Well, I mean, the number one thing for me was the SEC thing ending, just because that was big for me. Honestly, I think the strategy tokens, in particular Punkster, it got called in Kongs at like 2 mil market cap, ran to 150. I got in early, and like that was fun, and I liked seeing, like, you know, we talk about like what are things that can change the game for NFTs, what can bring, and we talk about like, well, there's no innovation. That was something that was different, and I liked it a lot. I just liked, and I was, when I say jealous of it, I was like, man, wish we would have done this with our Kong token when we launched it. Wish we had thought of that idea, because I just think it's a unique way to be able to have an ecosystem token. But honestly, dude, 25 was filled with, like, it's hard to just pick one or two because every bit of everything contributed to where we are now. Yep. And part of me is just really looking forward to seeing, like, what's in the past is in the past, right? Like, I ain't going to cry over spilled milk. Like, if I'm not going to cry at not selling a Gen Kong at 200 ETH, I'm certainly not going to cry at not selling at 5 ETH, you know? Yep. So I'm just looking forward to seeing like where we go, what happens next. does Trump get his head out of his ass a bit? You know, do we start acting a bit normal? Does does the Genius Act get passed? Do we start getting more guidelines? Do we start seeing more regulation and clarity for builders? Does that even impact us, or is that just the thing we thought would make a difference and it doesn't? So I'm just happy to still have chips at the table. And honestly, dude, like I said this in my post the other day, I'm like, I don't care about, like, I care about the Kong's floor price because I care about the people in Kong's that have bought at all different price points, right? But like, man, I fucking love that community. I love that, like, I got a place and that we all have a place to kind of call home and to talk things over and to know that whatever is going to happen next, I don't even have to worry. I don't even have to worry of whether I'm going to be early to it. I don't even have to worry. It's my insurance policy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in Kong's active community. And one quick other point is I had a friend in Kong's who wanted to buy a Doodles for Alpha. And I told him before he bought it, like, do not buy a Doodles because of Alpha. You ain't getting shit in that fucking Discord. And he bought one anyway. And lo and behold, he went in there. He's like, there's nothing happening in there.
Yeah,
There's
I can't
nothing.
imagine.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like, I'm happy and proud that the community, the people who show up to our show, the people who support us, that like they're still around and they're still participating because they think like we do. And they're just like, yeah, just need to be somewhere where I know I'm going to get info early. So yeah, just wanted to get that in as a pre-Christmas comment.
A doodle for Alpha. Love doodles and all, but yeah.
Don't even care about them.
Yep. All right, let me throw this on stage. Let's get some bullish bearish in.
Wait, bullish bearish. We're ready. Okay, hang on. Can I play it?
Wait. Hang on. Let me hang on. Okay, hang on. Okay, hang on. Hang on, guys. Almost got it. Okay, hang on. Okay, almost got it. There we go. Okay, hit it. Amazing. We got a lot, so let's do them quick enough, right? But it's also holidays. I got time. Here, I'll even skip this one, although it's funny, but Telegram founder impregnating everyone. Look, I snuck one in here because it's actually, I think maybe Alpha. It was at least news to me. Like, I didn't know. Okay, I've been expecting an abstract airdrop, like abstract TGE we've been waiting for. Floppa put out something interesting, and I think this is actually real. Like, what if it's not an airdrop? It's an ICO. And what if your XP something to do with, like, how much you're allowed to buy? Or if it's some kind of multiplier or something like that. And this actually stems from like a Luca Net's tweet. He said XP matters, abstract ICO is coming, not airdrop. I didn't know.
Yeah. I like that idea, by the way. But I will make a prediction, which is I hope for great things for abstract because because I've been XP farming, but like I don't see it. I think and Luca knows this, but like things have to look so drastically different than they do now for that to be anything that, and I know he knows that, but then I'm like, so would he wait till 2027 to launch? Would he wait till 28? Does this have to go in 26? Cause there's a lot of pressure, but this exact thing, I'd be bullish on this, man.
I dig it. Yeah.
And I like Big Floppa.
He's awesome. He's a cool dude, cool art project, right? Like that's his.
Yeah, yeah, super cool dude. Been a Kong, OG Kong. Really like him.
Good guy. Bullish. Nate Alex has sold one of the rarest doodles in the entire collection. Bought this for I got to even pull it up, but 40 ETH. And I know he had offers for like 200 ETH at one point and never accepted it, right? 100 or 200, and he never accepted. And he just accepted. Is it like
17.75? I think.
Yeah. What a wild thing. It's not his only rare NFT he sold too. He's lost harvesting. I don't know if you saw, but he sold I think the number one rare bean in the Azuki collection. Took a huge loss there too.
I think he's going to be really happy in 1 year looking back at selling this for almost 18 instead of selling it for, $18.
Yeah. He bought this one 4 years ago for 69 ETH. What a wild thing. And I don't know if he sold it yet. Let me double check. God, hang on. Did I close? I might have killed it. Whatever. I don't know if he sold it quite yet. He's got it listed at 4.2 ETH. It probably sold. I'm going to guess it sold, but
okay.
Bullish on loss harvesting for honestly. And also Trippy, yeah, I'm surprised there was a buyer at 17 ETH for that doodle.
Yeah.
But there's some guys with some serious money still who still believe in this stuff. And I think that should make everybody a little more optimistic, because that's all it takes is the market for that stuff. And there is a market for this stuff at certain prices. And then you never know when things get silly. The Jake Paul fight. First, I don't even know the dude's name, but he's made a name for himself after this fight too. Did you watch the fight? Got any thoughts on it?
I didn't watch the fight. No, I just watched the highlights.
Yeah. Dude, hell of a punch.
Bro.
Broke his jaw in 2 places. The fight looked fine enough. Like it looked like it looked like it was entertaining enough, but also kind of bullshit. I don't know. Let's go. Are you bullish on those kind of setup fights?
Yeah. I'm happy that Jake Paul finally fought somebody that was like a relevant. I mean, this guy is an Olympic boxer. I think he might have been an Olympic gold medalist. Like, GG's to Jake Paul, who made like what 100 mil or something around there.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, he got his ass kicked by a prime fighter, and yeah, I liked it because he's been picking on mids for a bit. So
yeah, badass. All right, the U.S. government is releasing the Epstein files, but in a really weird way. We got some, and it wasn't enough, so people made noise and said, "We know you got more." So they released more. And it's full of like fake things. It also, I mean, I think the craziest part of it is it came with like hundreds, dozens or hundreds or even thousands of pages that are redacted. But people found out that you could get around the redaction. You can just copy and paste it.
That was wild.
Do you think that's on purpose? Did they do it because they're like, we can just play dumb and say it was a fuck up and they wanted it all out there? Or
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. In fact, at first I thought it was fake. So I'm not sure, but looks like Grok says it's real. Dude,
it really happened, but like on purpose you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would have always thought that they would be making like copies of this stuff and like actually like Sharpie to it and then scanning it versus like maybe doing some sort of like edit of a PDF. But I understand why Trump didn't want these released because he's all over it.
Yeah.
And because he is all over it. And when I look at this stuff, and I have young ladies, my daughters, and I just think to myself, like, just sad, dude. These nasty motherfucking dudes who just prey on girls who probably are looking for money and opportunity, and like they're just rotten, dude.
Yeah.
Rotten.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's all of it horrible, shitty.
Like, dude, Epstein writing a card to Larry Nasser, or however you say his last name, do you remember who he was? He was the Team USA gymnastic doctor who life sentence for what he was doing to young ladies, and that like Epstein is writing him to say like Trump has an affinity for young women too. I mean,
this is where it gets crazy. That letter is fake. Supposedly, that's a fake letter. They put it out because this is where it gets weird. And by the way, it's a great point. Gravity, Cash is cooked for lying to Congress, saying there's no co-conspirators. I hadn't even thought of that. And here's where it gets weird. Okay, a couple things. Either this shows how incompetent they are for the redaction issues. Either they're completely incompetent, and I lean that way, or again, they put it out there this way so more info would be out and they wouldn't, they're like, oops. Okay, so I don't know which side of that, but the incompetence thing is scary to know these are the people running things. Okay, now the other thing is with all the fake stuff, that letter was fake.
For sure.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure. That letter's fake, but it's included, as in it did come out in the files, but they included fake stuff because they said we're releasing everything we have. It includes fake stuff. So there was a video that came out of Epstein hanging himself. They said this is also fake. They poisoned it all. So now anything that comes out that's legit, they can go, oh, it's fake though. And we told you this whole thing was fake anyways. So the setup is there.
What the
They just worked us. They worked us.
God. Wow. I didn't even think of it from that perspective.
Anything damning, Trump can say it's fake. And we told you that's why we don't want to release it, because it's all fake. It's a Democrat hoax. And they're like, and because that video's fake, it's clearly AI. And we put that like, right, there's fake stuff all over this. Wow. They literally muddied all of it.
GG's.
Fucking assholes. Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
There's nothing to be bullish there. There's
No,
nothing.
I just don't even know what to think.
Yep, it's crazy stuff. Are we bullish on Charles Hodkinson? We'll get a copyright strike when we play this. Yeah. 3.5 minutes, 4 minutes of him just driving, smoking a cigar, and he's got aura. I don't know. Charles has got aura. What do you think?
I don't know what to think. Yeah, I don't have a thought on it.
I didn't used to like him, not for any reason. I just didn't, and I realized it's stupid. And I like these fucking weird.
I like his jacket.
It's a cool jacket. Looks like a tasty cigar.
Also, why is he riding around with the music playing with earbuds in?
Maybe that was added after even.
Okay.
I don't know. But I like, by the way, I'll say this. I like bearish for Cardano, maybe bullish for Midnight. And I think that Night token might be a monster. So heads up about that. If you're not familiar with Night, go dig into Night. Whole privacy chain that's like tacked onto Cardano. I think that token, privacy meta next year, I think is going to be massive.
I should do a show on that.
Oh, dude, I think it's going to be monster. So, in fact, next week, guys, and we got a couple more. Next week will be predictions for 2026. So definitely make sure you're back there. Let's get through these quicker. Logan Paul selling his, $5 million Pokemon card he wears around on a big ass chain. A lot of Pokemon card talking, collecting, and all this stuff. I don't touch that stuff, and I'm a collector. I don't know. Do you like this stuff? You bullish on, I guess, Pokemon cards?
No, but yes. No, but yes.
That works. Moving on. Dune 3 and Avengers Doomsday come out the same day next year.
Whoa.
Bro, I cannot fucking wait. I've turned into a Dune maniac. I think Dune 2 is going to be one of my favorite movies ever. Like, it's climbing the ranks. It might be number one. It would have to dethrone Interstellar, maybe. Anyway, I fucking am obsessed with Dune right now. So again, Doomsday and Dune 3, same day, December 18th. Everybody is going to be at the theater that day. I think it brings movies back.
I'm a fan of PvP, so I love this. I'm bullish.
That's badass, right? Yeah, everybody expected Dune was going to move their release date.
No.
And they're like, nah, fuck that. Yep.
Okay, I like it.
Badass. It. Bullish. Super bullish. There is a big snowstorm coming to the West Coast where there is there's an atmospheric river situation happening here. Atmospheric rivers, we know those well. Dangerous, incredible, powerful, raw power. Bro, they might get like 13 feet of snow here over the course of 5 days. 150 to 200 inches possible in this stretch here. Fucking what? Can you even imagine?
No.
I can't even fucking imagine.
No.
I remember when we were kids in New Hampshire and opening the door, and we once had snow that was like, I remember like 3 or 4 feet. I just remember it was like over our heads, and I remember opening the door and what that was like. Like, I remember that once.
We had 3 years ago in Buffalo 5 feet of snow. Christmas, it was 5 feet of snow, and that was wild. You know, they get 6 feet down near the stadium, like Orchard Park area. That's not atypical, but like 12 to 15 feet of snow. I mean, at 200 inches, that's like 17 feet.
Yeah. Like,
it's wild.
Like to the roof of your house, maybe, or something. Like, is that like
even more?
And then imagine like the snow drifts and stuff. Like, I can't even fucking fathom what
Ludicrous
that is.
Snowfall amounts. I like it. I can't wait to see what. And that's happening like now, like Christmas Eve to cool.
Yep. Actively. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Please let it happen. I hope everyone's safe. Machine Gun Kelly. I saw this video. I don't know.
Dude, what happened to him?
Can't stop looking at her.
I just don't get it.
I
mean, it's fine. He's an artist, but like I
like his microphone twirls he does.
Yeah. It's Eminem did him in with Killshot.
Yeah. He's always been like poppy. I don't feel like anything changed with him. But I don't listen to his music. I don't like his music, and I'm bullish on my
playlist.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't
bullish on him
much.
Yeah.
No, this is retarded.
That's not good. It's no good.
Not for MGK.
Yeah. All right. His punky. You've Gravity for real?
Wow.
Gravity's never heard of it, dude. He's like one of the biggest like pop, but it's not pop. It's supposed to be like what's the right word? It's pop, but it's like he has punk rock albums, he has rap albums, and it's like I'm trying to think how do you describe it? Because it's not like crazy. It's very pop music, but
just listen to Rap Devil, which is his shot at Eminem, and then listen to Kill Shot, which is M's shot back at MGK.
Yeah.
I think it'll clue you in a little bit.
By the way, Kill Shot or Eminem's response, I forget which one of those.
That is, Kill Shot was.
Okay. Rap Devil and Kill Shot. Kill Shot was produced by Illa, right? From Bored Apes.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. So nice little NFT connection.
All right.
Let's keep moving. Just a few more. This driver had enough with these goddamn cyclists. You goddamn cyclist, dude. Jesus Christ.
I'd be pissed being behind these people. I'm not going to lie.
There needs to be a better solution here.
Yeah. I don't know if they're doing the speed limit or not, but I respect this. You know, I think he's keeping it like, hey, I'm not trying to kill anybody, but like, I'm not waiting.
Yeah.
I got places to be.
I'm torn. Part of me is like, we just got to slow down everything. No. And we got to not be in a hurry to get everywhere and all this shit. Not when you're
on the highway.
If that's the highway, then yeah. Then
well, I mean, it looks like a typical like Florida, like state road or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever it is, I don't like this. So yeah, I'm kind of bullish on that guy.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I'm bullish on this guy.
You're bullish on this guy. Okay. 85-year-old millionaire Samuel Whitmore marries 25-year-old Maya. From the moment I saw his kind eyes, I knew he was my soulmate. Wow.
Dude.
I knew it. Look at those eyes.
Look at that. He's beautiful. And he found true love at 85. Can you believe it?
Just one of those like storybook endings.
Yeah.
I'm bullish on it. Bullish. Give this haircut a name. I like
it. It gives me like Hebrew princess vibes.
Yeah. Fuck.
Oh, what does her shirt say? Protect
kids, not guns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I like it. Bring attention to shit. I'm bullish on that haircut.
Got it. Yeah. Me too.
I like it. Pudgy Penguins on the Las Vegas Sphere officially as of right now. Pretty cool.
We're saved.
We're back, boys. Anyway, oh, that's cool. Pretty cute, pretty cool. I'm bullish on it.
Yeah, I'll go bullish with you because I'm happy for them, but I also think it's just a complete and utter waste of money. But it's fine. Like whatever.
It absolutely might be.
It's a cool graphic.
I would love to see Kongs on there one day, dude. I would.
Yeah, because if we were on there, that'd be cool as fuck. By the way,
yeah.
If you had some cool ass Kong on the Sphere,
yeah,
and they were paying us to put our IP on there,
that'd be cool.
Yeah. No, I'm happy for the Pudgies.
It's neat. All right, boys, let's wrap it up. But get ready. Tomorrow's the big day, especially you guys with kids. Well, for fucking all of you guys without kids, whatever. Special day for a lot of people. I'm talking Christmas. My favorite video, by the way, dude, I do this all the time with Madeline when she was little, and you're making Rice Krispie treats. And she goes, I'm making Christmas?
Ice Christmas treats.
Ice Christmas treats.
Dude, that's a great video. I miss her, dude. I miss her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Home soon.
This is legendary right here.
No wrapping, just boxes under the tree.
Yeah, like fuck it.
When all your packages are that's brilliant.
Christmas, I know we're ending the show, but like Christmas brings on these feelings of how much we got shortchanged when we were kids. And I want to know, did our parents not do, because, okay, to those who don't know, like we're Jewish, but we were brought up as Messianic Jews. So Jews that believe in Jesus. So you're Christian, but you're Jewish, but you're kind of not. Anyway, why did our parents not just do the normal ass holidays of Christians? And I remember as a kid, it was because Christmas wasn't in the Bible, right? But like, fuck it. If they decided December 25th was the day they were going to celebrate the birth of Jesus, or if it's just a nice holiday in the winter to just like share with your family, why didn't we do it?
I believe because we were that poor, it was just a good excuse to not.
Yeah.
Because we didn't. Christmas was the most boring day of the year. All our friends were busy. There's only Christmas shows on TV. We didn't get presents. It was like fucking, I was miserable on Christmas. And I still don't, I have kids, so I like it now, but I don't love it. I don't have good feels like associated with it, you know?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Also, we're so spoiled. Look at this shit. Look how much people get now. And also, like this year, my kids know everything they're getting. I've never seen this before. They know, they picked out everything. And
Yeah,
like,
they have lists. They have apps now. You just go in, you send the list to your mom and dad. They go buy the shit you want. You wrap it, and then it's like, but it's just
it's crazy.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
It's wonderful. That's what I meant. It's a wonderful holiday. And honestly, if you're doing stuff with your friends and your family, that's a beautiful thing. And it's nice to get a little break from work and to just get to do the more important stuff, which is stuff with other people. So
hope you guys all have a Merry Christmas.
A really fucking Merry Christmas. And if we don't see you, a happy fucking New Year, but we will be back next week. So next Wednesday, same time. Yeah, it's actually New Year's Eve, I think. Yeah.
I'd love to get Mio on the show next week.
Do it.
I just would love like a year recap with Mio on it. I don't think he'd go on camera, but I'm gonna ask him.
Yeah. Get Coco too.
I'd love to get Coco on. He wouldn't, but I'd love to.
That'd be cool.
Maybe
yeah, get Mio on. But yeah, Wednesday we'll be back 12 p.m. Eastern time, same places. Predictions for next year. Merry Christmas, guys. We love you.
Be safe.
See you later. Be safe. Goodbye.